Greetings, greetings, greetings. You are now tuned into the vault. Trust Christian, know nothing, control everything. Just want to thank you for tuning in live, listening to replay. Always appreciate everybody that tunes in live, listening to replay. We have a great episode we're bringing forward to you all today. This is episode The Vault 353. Big celebration for 353. Trading versus Investing Conference. This is a great episode for a lot of people that want to learn trading. We have a lot of people that were younger. Recently, we talked to that want to learn trading very young. It's good to see the high interest in such the youngsters, knowing that me and Cornell were not really exposed to the trading at what, high school, age. So to be able to be in high school and get exposed to the information is always a huge blessing. We're always excited to talk about that. So we have actually our trading partner Cornell actually here today on the platform, and we definitely wanted to have this conversation with you all about trading versus investing. There is a difference. Cornell is going to be talking about that because a lot of people don't know that you can trade almost every market if you know how to trade, whereas investing in different markets is different. But you're going to see that, and it's going to be a great episode, great webinar. Cornell, the webinar is coming up here on the December the 5th. Uh, right, that's December the 5th, correct?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Sunday.
yeah, Sunday, December the 5th. And so you
Probably gonna
all,
be the last one too.
whoa,
At
whoa,
that
what do you
point,
mean? What do you mean? Where are you going? Where are you going there, sir? It's
so
November. It
we
was
we stepping
December.
we stepping it up now. The course will be done. I'm gonna put it in course model. Price going way up.
Wow, you did. You commercialized your stuff. How you gonna say they commercializing their stuff, but then you commercializing your stuff?
Cause I ain't building teams. I'm building real money people.
Okay,
I
you
don't
built.
want thousands of people. Guess what? When I up it, like talking to my mentor, when you up the price, you see them for real. Cause now they got money tied to it.
Right. They have an investment. They invested in it. They invested
Yeah.
in it. So let's talk about trading versus investing in the conference you have coming up on the 5th. What can people expect?
A different, pretty much a private education. Cause
There
what
you
I'm gonna be
go.
talking about is not even online.
Right.
Like I said, it's being in the right rooms, getting connected with the right people, and they sharing the right things with you, and you taking it serious. It can be as complicated as you want it to be when you get in the rooms and see how simplified they make it.
So you're saying it's simple because you didn't stay the first day that we met. I mean, you didn't stay the second day that we met.
Yeah.
Is that how simple it was? You able to leave early? You think you can leave the conferences early and still be successful?
Now you can't leave early. I just didn't know no better then, because I was only exposed to one.
Okay. Okay. Lesson lived, lesson learned, huh?
Yeah. But
Let's.
I stay in the environment, so guess what? That environment comes back around to you.
Okay. So the environments. Could you give people a little bit more texture of what the trading environment looks like for you, your upbringing in it, as opposed to the guys over the internet experience now? Because they got the internet generation.
See, when I first started, it wasn't even this popular.
Right.
Now it's turned into me, as I call it, clown video, where it's more MLM than trading going on.
Right.
So you may have 50,000 people and still on hand, probably less than 50 don't know how to trade, if that many. So I did a good model. Plus, you charge the people every month. I ain't charging nobody every month. You take my class, like I said, I'm looking for real traders, and we can get to other real business besides the trade. So I don't want 50,000 people that don't know how to trade to make some money out of. Because when you
Okay.
know how to trade, you don't need other people to make money. That's what most people don't even realize. You don't even need other people to make money. You can sit there on your own and make as much money as you want.
Okay. So Make as much money as you want. We definitely had a question recently come up. What is the potential of trading? A lot of people don't know the potential of the trading. What is the financial potential of the trading? Do you think is that what's making it so alluring? Is that it's so easy? People make it sound so easy. Do you think that's what it is?
Everybody want money now, so social media is all hype. People make it look cool. People make it look like they're doing this and doing that with it. People are attracted to seeing money. Man, you just talked about it. Like I put a couple posts up on my Facebook. Let me put up knowledge. You don't get that many likes. Let me show you some money. Everybody jumped on the page. Everybody called. Everybody want to take the class. All they see is the money.
Right.
But that ain't even the important thing. It's
Right.
the knowledge.
I think that comes from a poverty mentality, man.
That's
That's
poverty mentality.
that's just
Like
the
my partner
poverty
has put up.
mentality.
I shared with my partner put up the I think he put up the other day. People are more worried about flipping their money 100 times than gaining the knowledge 100 times to get their money easy. They more focus on the money, not the system. Everything go through the system, no matter what it is. Trust, trade, whatever. Business. All successful people use a system. Period. If you don't know the system, you're not gonna care how smart you is. What school you went to, you're not gonna make it.
Right.
You're not.
You say you're not gonna make it, and this is the unfortunate part. This is the unfortunate part is that you know people make this trading stuff. Because I gotta open up this app. Whatever app they're using, and they're trading. Are they trading or are they investing? Or are they conflating the words together? What? Why are
You're
they
not
using?
trading. You're not trading if you're on an app and you just going on there and randomly picking out stock tips. That ain't trading. Somebody giving you a stock tip. A lot of people influence you. That's why you waste money and lose your money. Period. Yeah, that's something you'll learn. We ain't sitting there waiting on nobody to give us no opinion. We already know from the education that we get. We already know. I ain't gotta sit here and wait to see the move. I see the move months and a year in advance. But that came from, like I said, proper knowledge, right environment. People ain't putting themselves in the right environment. It's finna get real bad. But people don't know that. Because guess what? The government keep feeding you with this money, free money, that you really gonna have to pay a whole lot of interest back on it all. Just don't know it yet. Or some of you know it ain't paying no attention. Just say, hey, it's free money. But hey, you do what you do.
It's about to be What do you think of we're gonna keep going with this trade and investing conference because we want to talk about, well, what is trading then? Because we've kind of heard what it's not, but what is it?
But when you learn about real trade, you quickly learn that all this stuff being sold to you online is controlled by the same people. So when you learn how to look at a chart the correct way and analyze it the correct way, it doesn't matter what it is, but it's futures, options, forex, picking stocks, anything. The same people control it. Even crypto. Most of y'all don't even realize the financial institutions control crypto.
How much of it do they control?
Probably 95% of it. Ah, man, I heard you talking about the crypto. Yeah, I would trade the crypto. But am I really too much worried about holding it? No, that's a hype. To me, that's yeah, when you investing good, Christian, and you got some extra money, you don't care nothing about losing it. Yeah, you throw it over there just for the sake of it.
Right.
Most people are so dependent on
Right. Well, they're trying to make a living off of this one
it.
small asset class. Look, I said, look. First of all, y'all said it's 7 trillion that's been in this space. I said there's $1 trillion traded in the United States every day alone in one market. What are you talking about? What are you guys so hyped up on? That's a EM. They don't even know what an EM is, but they want to sit here and talk like it's the hottest thing since sliced bread. I'm like, whether y'all know it or not, I said it's a fintech tech situation. So, are you going to fintech conferences? That's what's developing blockchain. Fintech conferences.
And
When
when
they're
they go back to the system, that people don't understand that y'all investing in stuff, the afterthoughts. People investing in the system. How the
right,
system work, Chris. That's what they like said. But you only get that at the conference.
right,
How many of y'all taking the time to pay the money to go to the conference and see what's really going on?
right. And so, okay, let's go there. So, trading and investing, which is a financial education, it's something that okay, the average guy says, "Oh, I don't know, I don't know." So they're gonna hit you with the "they don't know" line that they weren't trained in financial jargon. So, what did you do to get your skills up? Was it something you got at a young age? Was it something you got as you got older? Is trading specific? Is it specific, or is it something, hey, everybody kind of knows, they just don't know how to do it yet?
No, it's common sense. It's a mindset. And when you make your mind up that you want to learn it, you'll realize how easy it actually is. And you'll learn the language. You'll learn that I'm gonna put a complicated system in front of Chris, even if he go online. It's gonna be a million ideas on trade online. But we're doing one simple thing over here to get our money. But nobody puts money up in the stock market. So let's design a system where I'm gonna over give y'all the information. Because I gotta get y'all in the market so I can make my money. Now, let me go buy the ads for Chris. Let me go promote this for Chris. But I'm sitting over here chilling. We
Okay.
got a private system in. We sitting over here chilling in one spot while everybody out here working hard. And then they turn around and lose their money. That's what's going on.
Okay, so let's talk about it. When we're not going to talk about the money, because like you say, we're not going to talk about the money. But what is the deal with this mindset that you first start out the presentation with when you talk about? I think, do people think trading is a business? Have you seen that? Have you seen a lot of people think of it as investing? Do you think investing is a business for these people?
Most
Well,
people don't think of it as a business, but like you said, it is a business.
okay,
Your approach to trade is a business.
okay, okay,
We're not guessing. When you learn how to trade the correct way, you know how much money you're willing to lose, how much you're gonna put up, and how much you're trying to gain before you even put the trade. People say, how is that possible? It's possible with knowledge. You know
right.
why people lose money in trade? Because they don't have those three things in play when they take the trade. So why you jumping on the app and buying the stock and everything else? All you doing hoping that it go up. Please, Christian, help it go up for me, Christian. Doing it go down, you don't know what to do. You don't even know when to cut the loss. One thing about trade, I can lose my trade 4 out of 5 times with proper education and still make money.
Right,
Too
right,
bad for somebody trying to just hit the home run and don't want to put the work in. Everybody don't want to put the work in nowadays.
okay. So what does the work look like?
Looking at it every day. Stop making excuses. You got 30 minutes to an hour to look at it. You go do everything else. You got 30 minutes to an hour to do something that's gonna change your life and having a real mindset. You say you trying to change. You know, if you're talking to somebody trying to change their family life and then you play around with it. How you, how you trying to change your family life and you playing with it? They let me know you don't take nothing else serious in life. That's what they tell me. You mean tell me you ain't got 30 minutes to an hour to look at this. That's gonna change your life. A skill that's gonna stay with you. A skill where you can wake up and make whatever you want once you build that account to the proper way you need to build it. Like the post I put up, what it was, 10,000 in 30 minutes. That's because proper knowledge, proper way to build their account, learn the system.
Do you think that is more you're more disciplined than the average person?
I will say that because I take stuff a little bit more serious than everybody else when it comes to business on my end. People come up with business ideas and don't follow through. I ain't one of those people.
Okay.
So I'm trained. I got a whole other business that's earning 7 figures. I'm gonna always push every business. Even when I had my franchise, I was the first one in my franchise to make them 5, 6 figures every month. That's how I go when I go to business. Because I said I'm doing something for the family. I'm doing it for the family for real. I'm
Right.
not complaining. I had a full-time job, running a full-time franchise, working 18 to 20 hours a day. Did I complain? Nope, because it got me where I'm at right now.
How you gonna work? How you gonna work 18 hours in a day and it's only 24 hours in a day?
How bad do you want?
What you mean? How bad do you want it? Don't humans need sleep?
Guess what? I must not be human because I wanted it. And guess where I'm at now? At the house, doing what I want to do.
That was a good one.
You think Bezos said so when he was sitting at that desk?
Hey man, they wasn't shoot me. They wasn't in the shooting with me in the gym. You know what I mean? They wasn't in the gym shooting with me.
So look at
So
this. So look at all these guys that's billionaires. Look how they work.
he said, how you work 18 hours to 20 hours a day? It's only 24. You mean you're only getting 4 hours of sleep?
Guess
Who
what?
can
What
who
I
can
told
live
you,
off 4 hours of
me and,
sleep?
me and my partner, if I won't even make it to the home, to the house someday, sleep in the car.
Come on
How
now.
bad you want
You
it? Guess,
sleeping in the
but
car
guess
and you
what?
and you had a family? You sleeping in the car and you got a family? Hold on. How did your family make it through that moment?
They made it through just fine because they knew what was going on. That's why you gotta be around the right people. That's why you gotta be married to the right people. Hey, if y'all ain't on the same page, it ain't gonna work. It might be some people hold up to. You might have somebody holding you back because y'all ain't on the same page. Somebody might say that working mentality, where you got entrepreneur mentality. I done been through that a lot. That holds you back.
I
But like
mean,
I said,
hold on.
I got
You
family.
making this
I got
sound
family to
easy.
feed.
You
I
making this
got
sound
family.
easy.
I ain't making it sound easy.
Oh,
It's
you
just
is. Oh,
that's
you
life.
that's a truth for a lot of people because most marriages end in divorce because of money. You know that.
Yeah,
So
because
so
everybody chasing money when you don't got to chase money.
right.
When you learn that, then you be successful. Your marriage will be okay, and everything else.
That was
People
a
want people want it now.
yeah, yeah,
They don't want to build a system. They want it now.
yeah. Yeah, it's that manifestation right now mentality and
I
you know,
want it now, Christian. I don't want to wait for you to. No, I want it now.
yeah,
I want the house now. So guess what? This what happened to a lot of people. Just like what's going through now. They want it now. They go get the big house now. They ain't prepared for the big house.
right.
Cause you ain't look to the future. So you sold a penny. Guess what, Christian? I got a job, man. I'm making 150,000 a year. You never planned for COVID. Job going away now. You got the big house though. You have to have it now, based off one income. You gotta have it. That's how most humans think. We got to entertain everybody else. That's what everybody be doing online. You don't see me online entertaining people. Don't got time.
Right.
That's not putting no money in my pocket. That's not taking care of what needs to be taken care of at the house.
All right, Cornell. Here we go. We got some good conversation going on in the chat. I want you to remember this question because I want you to talk about the saver mentality that you know when it comes to investing and how they invest as opposed to your mentality who's not a saver. I definitely want you to remember that question. But so I appreciate Mississippi for tuning in live, listen, replay. Always appreciate Mississippi for tuning in live, listen, replay. Somebody said they're trying to get off their 9 to 5. They only get 6 to 5 hours of sleep. What would you say to somebody that says that and it comes to like maybe learning to trade in?
You got to
How
sit down and make a plan on what you're really trying to do. So if you say you're trying to get out of your job, what are you trying to do? And start working toward what you're trying to do. When I was on my job, what I told you, I had older guys around me that was established entrepreneurs. They just was working because the job was easy. They got their time. They been there since day one. They ain't had nothing else to do. But they had plenty of businesses and so they were operating. Guess what? They got me out of that habit of coming in talking about what I want to do and made me start going to do it. Meaning when I'm working extra hours at work, instead of me putting my money to some I ain't gonna cut some BS, I started saving my money toward what I was trying to do. So my partner came with the franchise idea. Guess what? I worked that overtime to get that money for that franchise. The older guys didn't want to talk to me no more until I did. I could have took that the wrong way. It was probably one of the smartest decisions I made in my life. I put that toward what I was working on. So they always said, pay yourself. Even when you're on a job, people don't even understand this. When you got a job, you're supposed to actually pay yourself. Before you pay anything, you're supposed to pay yourself. That's the mentality you're supposed to have. But most people don't. Because guess what? They done got too many bills, too many finances. Now the excuses come in. I ain't got this, I ain't got that. What I tell you, my old guy did. They showed me my flaws quick. Boy, you eating out breakfast, lunch, dinner. You said you ain't got the money. You I'm sitting here riding with you every day. You spending a well, they said if you sit down and go do your own finances, you probably spending well over $1,000 plus every month. Guess what? I went and sat down, calculated, found the money, Chris. Oh, okay. I wanted everything the latest and the greatest. I was buying. Can't nobody give me no excuse on anything. I've been through all this in life. Guess what? I stopped buying it. I put that money with the money I was saving because I was bringing my lunch now. I started working on my plan. Boom, guess what? I got the money. I got the down payment to go get the franchise. And the crazy thing about it is how bad you want it. You started that franchise, bought a package that only supposed to be paid us like 1,100. I think double that, 2,200 a month. Me and my partner. 5 months down the road, boom, we at 30, 40,000. No sleep. 5, 6 months down the road, 30, 40,000. Now I ain't gotta go work this job. He ain't gotta work this job. I got my own thing going. And when I learned when I got my own thing going, all the hours you put in with somebody else, when I got that 30, 40,000, I didn't even have to put in the same type of hours. Because now I'm working for myself. And that mentality is stuck. Now you're an entrepreneur world.
What do you?
Now your mind gonna open back up to building your family and building other businesses around you. So now you in there, you got that worker mentality. You see how this works. I seen somebody put it up the other day. People laugh at people, and this how they used to do with us on the cleaning. I own a cleaning franchise. I'm making way more money than your doctors. Yeah, yeah. People with the master degree, I'm making way more money cleaning a building because people got the wrong perception of how things go. Because that's how you learn in the public. I seen somebody post the other day like, yeah, they laughing at the dude over that detailing car, but the dude detailing car making $200,000 a year.
Right. No, that's always a different mindset. So,
It's a different mindset.
could you talk about when you engage with a man or even a woman that says, I don't have that second gear or sixth gear to work the 16 hours a day plus? They might not have the 18 hours a gear. I mean, I'm
You
just being
say,
honest with you. A
guess
lot of
what?
people are going to not work that.
You say that,
Right.
but guess what? If you telling me you trying to get off something, you think it's just gonna happen the normal way, it ain't gonna happen for you.
Right.
That's just common sense. So I mean, they let me know when you make that statement and you tell me what you ain't gonna do, you ain't gonna do
Well, they saying they just don't have that gear. They may be older. They're over 30,
it.
possibly.
And guess what? That's when you learn the hard life on the entrepreneurial side. What I told you, the older guy said, one thing I respect about an entrepreneur that's trying to help somebody, they ain't gonna sugarcoat with you. So if you tell me you don't want to do that, sound like you're gonna waste my time. Till you ready to do that, come back and holler at me. Other than that, we ain't got nothing else to talk about. That's how my conversation went. We ain't gonna just keep it sitting there talking about it. And you gonna tell me what you want and you ain't even got that yet. And somebody that's in a better position giving you information and you saying you don't want to put the work in. I just told you, trading take time. It take putting in the work every day, looking at it. If you tell me you don't want to put in the extra time, Chris, what is it for us to talk about? That's the lesson I learned. I ain't telling you something. I'm just saying this is how it was brought to me when I was at work. Do not come back in and talk to me again until you do it.
Hey, you know what's funny is now that I think about you even saying that, you definitely remind me of the W boys when when I always knew that they was getting in trading because you know in my 20s and 30s, like I mean in my 20s for sure, like I would run into them and they be at the bookstore, they be at Barnes and Noble reading the options book, they be reading all type of trading, but like these dudes were savage, man. Like they didn't come out the house, and if they did, they was studying trading, like they were reading the trading book. They had the I remember going into Barnes and Noble back in the day and seeing these guys on the charts, man. And every now and then when you go out, you'll see people on the charts, but it's not everybody, you know. People kind of need more of a quiet space, but you know, okay, so you put in the time, you watch the screen. You got the screen time. Ain't nobody gonna believe that just because you look at it every day, you gonna get it. I guess I don't know how that works, but they not gonna believe that if you look at it every day, you eventually gonna get it. They think that that sounds out of the realm of possibility, but they think if they just looked at it 4 or 5 days, then skip 2 days because the weekend, they gonna be fine. That don't work. You can't do 4 days and then skip 2 days.
Not until you get it.
Exactly. You hear what he said, ladies and gentlemen? It's not until you get it. Then you
Once
could
you
play.
get, and that's what people don't get. Once you got it, it's just like, and just like if I offer you $200,000 on the job, say, hey, Chris, you gotta go learn this system. Most people gonna sit down and go learn that system. They count the money already. Why you can't do that for yourself? Trade it the same way. You learning a skill set that ain't gonna go away. Meaning, once you got it, if I'm telling you the market doing the same thing every day, it's like you going to your job and working that machine every day.
Hmm.
But guess what? Now you working the machine for yourself. You control it. Don't nobody control my money. I ain't gotta talk to nobody trade.
Okay, so what's the hardest part of trading there? Not the easiest part. What's the hardest part?
Mindset,
So it's not the amount of money you need to come in with.
breaking barriers, basically.
Yeah,
What
emotional
I mean by
barriers.
breaking barriers, broke mentality.
Okay. Well, were you born into a abundance mentality or a broke mentality?
No, broke mentality.
Okay, so
You
you
gotta
were
break it.
okay. You got to break it. So talk to people through your process because this is part of trading, whether y'all know it or not. Talk to people through your process from your transition from broke to abundance mentality. What did that look like? What were you going through? What experience did you?
Broke, you make excuses. You scared to do a whole lot.
Okay,
You self dependent on that check. So you ain't gonna do nothing outside of what you already know. So you really don't break that till you start getting around the right people, which requires going to conferences, which requires doing things you ain't used to doing.
right.
What I tell you I do, when I go eat, where I go eat it, I go eat at the nice fine dine restaurant.
The white
You know
cloth.
what I learned? I don't go eat. This is broke mentality. You hear me talk about it all the time.
Oh yeah.
We gonna go put our Sunday's best on, put a show on in the restaurant. We're gonna go out there and sit. We want everybody to look at us, see how sharp we are. But not realize most money people sit at the bar, plain clothes, good conversation, and can hold a conversation. So now I turn when I go to a 5 star and everything like business to me. That's how people with money, everything is like business to them.
Right.
We gonna have fun, Christian, but at the same time, it's probably gonna lead to some business later on down the road.
Right.
Ain't no business out there in that dining room. You got on these sharp clothes. They really looking at you like you're a clown. Cause this ain't how money move. But guess what? You don't know that because you ain't been in the right environment. It's like you apply for a cleaning job with a three-piece suit on. I don't need you. You ain't finna work.
He trying to be the manager or the owner. He trying to clean though.
Yeah. You, you ain't gonna get your hands dirty. And
Right.
y'all get mad when you go interview. These things, you sitting around people with the money, you think it's a stereotype or they being racist and anything else. That don't go together. All right, Christian applying for a job where his hands gonna get dirty, but we always want to be Mr. Clean. I don't need you. I ain't say I was hiring for no manager. I'm hiring for a cleaning position. And you got to be able to hold a conversation with people. That's what people don't get. So you got to get your knowledge base up. That's what a lot of business is made through the knowledge base.
Sharing of knowledge.
Look at the knowledge we got:
Yeah.
trust, foundation, trade, other business, private placement. We gonna get somebody's attention.
Right. The right people's attention that's already in the space. You can think about what if you just get the people in the space attention. That's just to partner up with. So I ain't thinking about people that ain't. And it does make you separate yourself. It forces you to separate yourself. So could you
You
talk
got to separate yourself.
talk about that? What was your journey separating yourself from some friends or some family, cutting some family off, cutting some friends off? What was that experience like for you? How did you handle that? How do you handle that still to this day?
Well, that ain't hard for me. I can tell you that now. If you ain't on the same page with what I'm doing, something I learned from being around them older guys, it's a waste of time. If we ain't moving toward the same purpose, I don't need you around. I'm just gonna be honest. That's just how I move nowadays. Take it however you want to take it. It is what it is. You heard what I said. If like you tell me you're gonna put the time in, ain't no need for us to talk. I mean, you're gonna waste my time. That's something I learned from being around my mentors.
So it's no idle questions. It's no questions of ifs and maybes because you're not going to even do the if or the maybe.
Yeah,
That's the terrible part. They think, well, if I get, look, Cornell, I just need you to tell me what trading's like, but I'm not going to trade. I don't need to hear from Cornell for the
a
rest of
lot
my
of
life.
people do it.
That's crazy, man. That's
A lot
crazy.
of people, a lot of people will call you. I don't want to talk about the money with you. I said, man, you got to study. I don't give out signals. You know that. I
Right.
don't give out no signals when I teach a class. That ain't teaching you nothing. Yeah, you might make a little money, follow me real quick. I throw up a trade, you go put it in, but that ain't helping you down the road.
Okay. So the guy actually at the event we were at the other day, he said trading is just like the NFL is the 1%. And I was like, that's a great analogy. So the trading is 1%, Cornell. So that means only 1% of the people are damn near making the money in this stuff. Now, I want you to be honest. Is it true that you trying to tell me these internet gurus that are on the internet that are saying they making money through the internet, what's the percentage of them truly, the ones that's on the internet, Cornell, say they making money and they actually doing it?
Less than one.
Exactly. So then the 99% of y'all, whether y'all know it or not, y'all be disappointed. People be disappointed. Oh man, Cornell, well, where am I supposed to study when I don't have you around, Cornell? Where am I supposed to study? Let's hear the answer to that question.
I'm gonna tell you what. When I first got introduced to training, what the guy told me, you got to be willing. He can't. How he put it? It's got to be something that you want to do, not something that Cornell wants. So when somebody make a statement to you, that means when I ain't around, Christian should be studying. When I am around, Christian should have questions. If I ain't around, go find an environment of people like minded like you so you can ask more questions. That shows if you want it or not. Now, if your excuse is, and they go back to what I just said, you tell me you ain't got the time, then there ain't nothing to talk about. You already failed from the beginning. Don't need to waste some my time. I'm gonna tell you, like people, like, oh, y'all don't understand the blessing that I'm actually giving people. When I teach this class for 500, Chris, no, I got a six-figure check for teaching this to a hedge fund 4 years ago.
Right. Years ago. Years ago. Years
I can
ago.
charge, I can charge whatever I want, to be honest, but I try to help people, especially our coaches and people, get ahead. But guess what? I'm not them fake gurus you see online. It's gonna be trying to get you in a Sigma group and all that stuff. No, you're gonna actually learn how to trade around me, or you're not gonna trade, and that comes from study. But if I'm giving you the information, if I can teach kids how to do this, you telling me you ain't got time to learn?
So what's
Something
the
wrong.
youngest kid? Hold on here. We're gonna stop that there. What's the youngest age that they actually making money and they want to hear some numbers? What's
Youngest
this look
age
like?
I got right now is 14, and they probably started when they was 12. They've been around me 2 years. I got kids in college that wake up every morning and probably make anywhere from $100 to $400 a day.
Ain't no way, man. Ain't no way, man. That's so you trying to tell me they making as much as adults in school? That's almost
They're
like
making as much as adults in school, and it doesn't take a lot of time to make the money. Because guess what? It's easier with kids that's getting exposed to the environments at an early age to lock in. And plus, it's like a video game to them. Once you explain a video game, then you go back through the details. Well, it's already being a rush with the kids. It may take them a year or two to get it, but it's because it's gonna take them longer to get into the detail. But when they see it's for real and they making money, and they gotta ask mom and dad for no money. Now they making $30, $50. Guess what, Christian? They doing what the adults should be wanting to do. You want to learn about it now. So Mr. Cornell said, "Hey, if I learn this, I ain't got to work for nobody." Guess what? The kids ain't got to work for nobody while they in college.
okay. So let's talk about how realistic it is for the African American black culture to actually get into trading, be proficient at it. What are we know the odds are tremendous, but
It's
still.
still 1%, and it's because of all these companies popping up. It made it worse. Like these companies weren't even around when I first started trading.
But let's just say these people are being blessed by your voice, so they actually can hear your actual quote unquote institute or trading program that people have gone through. You actually have a really good track record of having people say, "Okay, I went through the course," and they substantiated saying, "By look, when I locked in with what he was talking about, that's when my funds took off."
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, even like from my group, I'm gonna tell you what I learned about my group. It's still about putting in the right environment. So when they got in my mentor group, and guess what? I put you on some more money. That ain't got nothing to do with trade. And now you moving like a real entrepreneur, 4, 5 streams of income going. Guess what? Christian more relaxed when it's time to trade. So if he's stuck to it, even though it may be he might be having a hard time now because he got a lot going on. But when you take a group of people where they ain't got to worry about their bills at the house no more, then you pick up this skill, they said, and a lot of them getting it now. I have, I have got some that ain't in my mentor group. 3 months, boom, they got it. It just depends on the study habit. Yeah, y'all always hear me talk about my aunt. My aunt got her at least 3 to 4 months. Guess what? Her study habits was crazy. I thought I had crazy study habits. She had the same study habits I had. Wake up, get this. This is where the excuse come in. She got a job, Chris. She gonna study before she go to work. She gonna study on lunch. She gonna go home, cook her family food. She gonna study again. She gonna look at it again before she lay down every day till it click. And I didn't even have to help her that much. She followed direction. She watched the video. She put the study time in. So now somebody that started with $400, 6, 7 months down the road, how much money she made? 6 figures. Because she learned the system. That's what study habits do for you. And because we in broke mentality, a lot of us don't even think we can make the type of money. I just helped 60 people make that on another investment. They don't even know what to do with the money right now.
Hmm.
They're the type of problems you should be trying to get to. So if you
Right.
tell me you don't want to put the time in because you want your 8 hours of sleep, go get your 8 hours of sleep.
Well, they didn't say they didn't get 8 hours. They said they getting about six on here. They getting about 6 to 5.
Excuses. How many hours you get? 3 to 4. I worked the whole 24 hours in a day before. I worked at the phone company. Let me explain that about the phone company. When y'all got holidays, telephone people didn't have holidays when all these storms going through. Guess where I was at, Chris?
Out on the side of the
Work.
road. Yeah,
They
working.
may give us one holiday a year. And if you ain't got no seniority, guess what? You ain't getting no Thanksgiving, Christmas, and all that other stuff. You had to work. Storm hit. You had to work. First responder. You had work.
All right. So
You
the
got
ch-
40 work phone company that made work 2, 3 days straight.
yeah, it's a different world nowadays. Trading your time for money.
Sometimes you gotta, yeah, sometimes you gotta put the work in to get the way you trying to go. Guess what? I can sleep as long as I want to nowadays. You know that.
Yeah.
But I still got the same habits I got. I still be up. I'll be up tonight at 2, 3 o'clock. Wake up early in the morning, 7, 8 o'clock. Catch the market, make me some money. Catch a nap during the day sometime. Check on my other business stuff. Cause once you in there, you in there. Your mind gonna instantly trigger to the next thing. We talking about trade right now. We doing 4, 5 different things right now.
Yeah. I mean, that can be a little overwhelming. I know a lot of people have told me that recently. There are a lot of people that are just freaking overwhelmed, let alone with one
You want
idea.
to know why they overwhelmed? Because you just changed their world. They ain't
Right.
used to being exposed to that type of money, and it just actually happened.
Right. Right.
So now we got to get the broke mentality out the way.
Right, 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 right. Which is very important. You really get your head screwed on tight why you think that you're making money or why you made
That's
money. You
it.
gotta get your head screwed on tight. Otherwise, you're gonna lose it.
Gonna lose it.
We talked about someone recently at an event about this individual. They made $250 million in 1 year. I mean, excuse me, not 1 year. In their like they made it in their career, their boxing career, and they lost it. They don't have the 250 million, but they might be up. It's not like they're down, but you know they went through 200. It's reported that they went through $250 million. Like they spent that.
And guess what? Being around the right environment, like we in the right environment. You gave me 250 million, 100 million would have been an insurance policy.
Right.
That would have paid me for the rest of my life. But
Right.
like I said, people don't put themselves in the right environment.
Yeah.
Just like
And
I told you about the ball play. You you let people let people pretty much intimidate them to where they think one thing you're gonna learn from being in our environment, you are your own boss. You control everybody that works for you, from the attorney to the accountant.
yeah.
You are in control.
Yeah.
Most people don't think like that on the public side or the working side.
You can't be mad the basketball players or the football players think like that though because they're an employee, bro. You can't really. You kind of
But
like it's kind of like they're
guess
already
what?
an employee. Yeah.
They get enough education before they come in there now. You should know better, but everybody wants the fame and the fad and the attention. Hey, my partner over here dealing with this person. You don't go do your research. When you're in the right environment, everybody's on the same playing field. You got to know what's going on.
Right.
Christian can't come introduce me to somebody and say, hey, oh, this dude here, whoop, whoop, yada, yada. A lot of people put on a fake picture to you, like these trailers online. They put a fake picture on for you.
Right.
Now you following them, Chris. You thinking they up, but they ain't up. We just talked, had this conversation.
Yeah. They not.
So,
They
like one of
say
my
they are.
business, like I said, like one of my business doing that, it's gonna expose if you got some money in that. A lot of people talk big.
Yeah. It's really
They
weird,
talk
man.
big all day.
Yeah. It's really
Now it's
weird.
time to put the money up to make some real money. You ain't even got the money. What happened to this $5, $10 million you talking about?
Yeah. That goes out the window or
Go out the window
these projects
because
that they're working. I
it's
think
what
the hot air gets deflated.
online will make you somebody that you not.
Yeah, they're taking pictures and stuff, selfies and stuff, exposing themselves. Like, oh, I'm not really making money. Why? Because people that are really making money, they're either showing that they're making money or they're not online because they're going to go make
They
some
not
money.
online. And I just tell you about the guy. I didn't even know the guy, but he's sent on the streaming out $15 a month. This dude in 4 years made 30 some $1 million. I know a lot of people that do that. But guess what, Christian? They ain't online doing
Right.
it. Guess what he was doing? Private jet, big chain, 60 cars, 60 properties. Y'all on here showing all this money online. And you're not operating in the right system. Now you wonder why the feds come see you. Why they ain't go see your partner. Now you about pretty much ready to go tell on your partners. But you wanted the fame from the internet.
Yeah, snitching's
Nobody with
good.
$30 million want fame from the internet. They out making more money. They staying in the right room. They staying to themselves.
Well, you think about it, if you really make substantial amount of money, you really don't want people to know you because then
You don't
people are
want people to
gonna
know.
they're gonna try to get
It's
near you and sue
liability,
you. Yeah, like,
lawsuits.
yeah, come on now.
People,
So, yeah,
they
man.
let me know you're not moving in the right environment.
Facts. That's how people don't want to hear it. Be like, oh man, I'm not gonna move with security. I'm not gonna move with an assistant. What do you
Listen, I
mean?
got $30 million. I got security. Y'all call me weak, whatever you want. It's certain things you do.
Yeah,
Period.
definitely. 30 M's, you might be considering that after a million, to be honest with you. It's you might
Oh
consider
yeah.
that. You have to think about your safety and your security around yourself. You can't be in areas that are not safe, quote unquote. And there's no and then, of course some people can say, well, it's every no, you
And you
never
might
know.
be good in them areas. I
Yeah.
be good in a lot of areas from my old background, but common sense is common sense. Somebody know Christian playing with M's now. We talking about broke mentality. I've been down. I know broke mentality. That means you next on the list to get robbed. If you in them environment,
Right.
just to be honest, most of us come from an environment. So why would I be $30 million? What I told you, I stopped going a lot of places I was going to. I see how I'm moving now. Like I don't need to be in here.
All right. And like you say,
It's
you
not
don't
saying that
come
in a
often. Like
bad
you say,
way.
you move, but you don't go as frequent. You
I don't go
rare.
freaking. Yeah, I
Yeah.
may stop by from time to time,
All
but
right.
ain't gonna be no freaking flyer in there every week.
I think you told me you go in for like a period of time and leave right before. Like you don't really stay
Right
the whole
before
time.
the big crowd come in, I'm
Okay.
gone.
Okay.
And that's because I know business owners. Or I might have helped the business owner get started. I just stop by and holler at them, something like that.
Yeah.
It's
I
about that mentality. Trade, man, trading to change a lot of people's lives if they actually took it serious. You ain't gotta worry about nobody no more. Day in your life.
I thought you
And it
were.
leads to other investments. We own other investments.
Yeah. I thought you were gonna tell him about the when you go to the restaurants that you always got to make sure you tip properly. It's just something that coming from a cultural standpoint. If you get taught into the wrong way of tipping, it'll be bad for your life. Like you say, if you
It'll
go
be
over,
bad for you.
especially if you're going in certain areas and you frequenting like
Like me,
good restaurants.
I overtip. I got my wife to start doing it. Okay, because she always ask me, I get the bigger client. Guess what? You do have to spend money sometimes, but you got to spend money the right way at the right times. So if I'm in a restaurant I frequent a whole lot and I want people to take me serious, I learned this from the old millionaires I be hanging around. No matter what the service is, you always tip. Not 20%, over 20%. Because this is what y'all don't understand. Everybody in the restaurant, all the way up the ladder, is watching it. So now, guess what? If I see Christian take care of my staff and he come on here spending money frequently at my business, or he don't got to wait in line.
Oh,
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 we're gonna
oh, oh,
make
Mr.
him
James,
pay.
we gonna make him a table. Oh, Mr. James, we gonna go and put a cloth right here. You know,
Put
you
a
want to set the
clock.
bar? We got your drink coming. We
We're
know
gonna take this
it's
fake
coming.
reserve sign off the table and give you this table right here. Because that's who it's reserved for people that take care of my people and my establishment.
Yeah,
And I go up in a regular fine art restaurant. It ain't all about dressing up. Stop overdressing going to your restaurant. People be laughing at you. I'm just
right.
gonna tell my coach that. They
Yeah,
laughing at you.
yeah, yeah,
They
yeah.
know you ain't here for a one time thing.
Right.
You're not gonna frequent that much. You overdress. Guess what I be sitting up in there with? T-shirts on, hoodies on. And I'm sitting there talking with all the owners. If I show you my wallet, I actually have owner business cards in my wallet, not managers. And that's something I learned from just changing my environment. Like, hey, you know what? All the owners being here at happy hour sitting at the bars in these fine restaurants. Nah, they see me all the time. They intrigued by black people and young, especially younger black people.
That's successful. That's like knowing what they talking about. They ain't just coming in there talking about
They
sports.
gotta find out what you doing now.
Yeah,
And you frequently hear a lot. This ain't a cheap restaurant.
right. They see you tipping properly. Like, oh, okay.
Exactly.
They see that tip on that piece of paper
Oh
when you
yeah.
walk away from it. They might peek over. You know how business is, ladies and gentlemen. You think that somebody that's sitting next to you ain't look over at your bill to see that you're over tipping, and they see that you coming there often, and they coming there often. They gonna say something to you at one point. It's natural. What if
And
you
it's just like
see?
when I go to a sports event, like it's about being in the right environment. So my wife is think, oh man, you just doing too much. But okay, come with me. This how I did with my aunt. My aunt came to roll with me. Once I show it to you, you see it, you gonna get it. So guess what? When you go to the game now, I ain't even tell you that I went to the game. You sitting right behind the bench. Guess what? People have seen me at the game a few times sitting on the floor. You got a dentist sitting behind us. They need a $2 million house. Guess what? They see us moving around. Just so having that night of when the ball players, they see you talking to the ball players. People pay attention, but guess what? If you want to go just go to the game and sit up top or in the middle, that ain't gonna happen for you. So guess what? I do spend extra money on things like that. Cause I always get business out of it or a good relationship with direct people. Because people pay attention to Chris. If Chris will show up at that game, he done half the season, and he's sitting out here on the floor, and somebody that's supposed to be a celebrity see that, and they don't know who he is, they intrigued by it. So eventually that conversation gonna come on. What you do? Next thing you know, you got a business offer. So was it a bad investment on Christian part? No.
But who knows how much it's going to cost on the front end? Are you a saver? Could you talk about that? Your mentality investing in yourself, the
Guess
different
what?
activities you do as
My
opposed
wife
to the saver?
my wife was a saver. My
Okay.
wife had $100,000, same $100,000 when I met her for 3, 4 years. Now you talking to the entrepreneur. That's cool. Yeah, that's saving. My wife got laid off. Job you been on for years. You weren't expecting that to come. You got to use some of that money. But luckily for her, you got an entrepreneur. She got into real estate. She got into some more things. But this don't happen for everybody.
What does she
Like
say about
everybody
that?
ain't around the environment.
What does she say about her going into real estate? Does she think she's like the smartest person in the room? Say like, "Oh, I went into this without
Nope.
Cornell," or does she
She
give you the
did.
credit?
She did what I told you. You got to go in and learn the system.
Yeah.
Chanel knows the system. Even top agents ask her right now, you selling how many houses? They can't even believe how many houses she's selling, but she went and learned the system so she know how to bid. It ain't about just going to show somebody a house. See, this is broke mentality. You want to get an entrepreneur world, Christian. You just want to make it the easy way. I'm just gonna go show Christian 5 houses. Boom, I'm gonna get in to get one of, and I'm straight. That ain't what she do. Cause guess what? This is a seller's market. A lot of folks bidding on houses. So if you don't know how to bid, Christian, how you gonna win the bid?
Right.
That come from learning the system. Some of the top agents don't know that. Guess what? They probably just had they little referrals handed it to them. Now them referrals ain't around. Now you just slow down. Chanel don't slow down. Get why people gonna come to it. They more likely gonna win the bid on the house they get to.
How
They
did
can't explain
how did
the
you
system.
convince her to do the real estate though?
To get her to stop worrying about thinking that you always gotta have a job. Fact that she's in corporate for so long. Look, you can make way more money on your own if you just trust me and listen to it. And she did. Put the time in, studied the system. Guess what? Everything don't go good. There was some more shady folks, but she got the knowledge she needed to move on.
Right.
Move on. That's part of entrepreneur.
Right.
Everything ain't gonna go just as smooth as possible.
Right.
Now guess what? Best decision you ever made. So now you over here with a real entrepreneur where we live our interests. We worry about saving $100,000. $100,000 working for all the time. When it's time to go do something, guess what? I'm doing like the rich people do. We're gonna get it out the interest. We ain't even touching the money no more. That's what getting in the right environment. We try to expose people to it.
Right. So at the
A lot of
workshop,
people
that's
come.
what you're going to do. You know what I mean? You're going to talk about it
That's
because,
it.
yeah.
I wake everybody up in the room when I get in the workshop.
All right, all right, all right, all right. This isn't wrestling, man. This isn't wrestling. this isn't
I wake
wrestling.
them up
This isn't
because guess
wrestling.
what?
Said
We
I wake
talking
up.
about trade right now, but you know when I get up there and I tell you all I'm doing, and I'm letting people actually come into what I'm doing,
Yeah.
and now we finna have even the people you done brought, people I done brought. It's finna be over 80 to 100 some people this end of this year, first year finna make they first $100,000 in cash, and it don't got to end. They can live off the interest of that hundred they made if they do right.
And see, even hearing you say it's in cash, it sounds like a mythical thing because we're in this age of crypto stuff that like it's like, are you
But no, we're
serious?
not doing crypto.
It's crazy, man. Like people really say stuff like that to you. Like they look at you like, oh, well, $100,000 a year, that ain't nothing. I'm sitting here thinking in my head like, I never said that. Now we never said that $100,000 in cash in a
Guess
year
what? We have been in the
is,
room with
you know,
crypto people, and they telling you they ain't cashing out like that.
nah,
And
they
why am
not.
I excited about crypto? It sounds good to say you went in and bought some more, but when y'all cashing out, guess what? My people can cash out and get interest on their money every 6 months, and their money still sitting there, and it's guaranteed. That's what it's called a private placement. That's stuff we learn about in a private environment. And if we want to get real tricky with it, guess what? You go put in an insurance policy, then go take it back out, then go put it in investment. You're making streams of income. Then we add on the trade. Chris said, now I'm gonna learn the trade. So when I do want to go blow some money or spend some money, I can go to the trade. Boom, boom. Three other investments still going on over there. Then we hit to the real estate. We're going from real estate to real estate investment trust. That's how we trying to get people to move. You got to move in the environment. You can't make all the money by yourself.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
talk
trying to
about
make
that
all the money
actually.
by
Talk about that. I want you to, because that one really touched the heart right there. Because you think about the incestuous greed that people have, the community, the culture. Oh, I
they
got it.
don't want to
That crabs in
share
the
with
barrel mentality. That crabs in the barrel. You know, oh, I'm gonna steal
that.
this. I'm gonna steal
They
it.
don't want to share with nobody.
Don't want to break bread. Here we go. They don't want to break bread, huh?
So now I got 50 to 80 people moving with me. Guess what? We don't got to go by the single family. We can go by the big buildings. So we're working together.
Cornell, if all y'all got a
Everybody
million,
getting three, 4 inch streams of income. We ain't even using our money because we know how to use the other people's money the correct way.
right?
Oh, we know how to trade. So I ain't never missing out on a deal. I know how to trade. My money don't fluctuate when I trade. I can make money both ways. Matter of fact, Chris, I ain't just gotta buy when it only go up. It can drop.
Yeah.
I make money.
It's funny. I was looking at oil today, and I was thinking about it being at 70, and I was like, okay, I actually probably am looking
That's
for
what my
this to
partner been
fall.
trading. You
Yeah.
see my post on Facebook, he was hit. Man, I hit this oil real quick. Boom, made me a bag. I'm out shopping now. So he
Mm.
trade oil. Guess what?
Yeah.
We traded back and forth. We don't need to own the commodity. We need to learn the system. We
Right.
know the system work both ways. Buying and selling. It's gonna sell off. It's gonna buy sometime.
Talk about that. The trading mentality, which is the investing mentality, versus the ownership and the
Trading mentality
non-ownership and not owning
it,
it.
it's different from what y'all doing with the apps. Okay, so y'all buying crypto. Let's go to the crypto. You waiting on it to do one thing. What's that, Chris?
Go up.
Go up. Traders, we don't care about owning that asset. Now, we more concerned about the contracts on that. That we can buy and sell and make money either direction.
Hmm.
So when Bitcoin does drop back down, I can make money off. Compared to you just going in, it's just about on the app, and you just trying to accumulate a whole lot of Bitcoin. Y'all don't realize all the money being made on actual trade in the market. Because they did add Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, a couple more onto the Forex stock exchange, the public exchange. It's regulated. That's why the ETLs and NFTs making so much money because they're going through the SEC the proper way. These people is not owning Bitcoin. They own EFTs that's approved by the SEC. I actually made a video one day showing people that.
Right.
They're gonna advertise Bitcoin to you. Because guess what? Christian, you fascinated by it. It's social media. But are we actually holding a lot of Bitcoin? No. We over here trading. They most crypto, you done been in an environment, what they gonna tell you they don't? They trade.
Cornell, why can't somebody learn trading through the social media? I mean, this is people's lives at this point. Their lives are stuck in some little cell phone, man. They can't put the cell phone down barely. How can
Everybody
they?
stuck on social media. Everybody want clout. Everybody want to follow. Listen, I don't even tell everybody. I run a seven-figure business that I don't even advertise on. Advertise privately on. You don't need social media to go make no money. A lot of these investments in our environment that you get exposed to, guess what? Chris will tell you, you can disappear and go away. You ain't gotta go. You ain't gotta depend on nobody. Learn the system,
Yeah.
whether it's real estate, trading, whatever we doing. You don't need nobody.
Yeah.
But it works better when you got a group of people because I don't just get the big bag. That's what real true investors do.
Right.
Outside of our culture, that's what they do. Do you want to know why they own all those buildings? Because it's a group of them, not one individual.
Right. It's a group.
It's a group.
Yeah. Conglomerate. It's actually a
It,
REIT.
it just take a
It's a
lot.
REIT.
Like I said, and it's the process I learned with the new business. I just literally exposed people to six-figure income that was struggling. Some of these people didn't have the money, Chris. They had a couple thousand. Guess what? They put a couple thousand in the right place. Now they up less than probably 7, 8 months down the road, 100 some thousand. It's scary. So like I said, we're going from broke mentality, like, oh, this really worked what he just showed.
Right.
And it just one of the things.
Right.
Now we finna move over here. Oh, now we finna move over here. Oh, now we done took the same money and set up four different streams of income. Guess what's happening now? The one that took the trading class, they more relaxed. Cause now you ain't trading for the money. Now you go learn the system.
Yeah. It really makes me keep going back maybe to that point of the crabs in the barrel mentality. Why would you share it Why is it okay for you to help others or share with others what you know is a skill? Why is it okay when in all actuality it's not really something that people share in general? You know, if
A
you really
lot of
know how to
people
make
don't
money,
share it.
it's a
Guess what?
zero sum game, Cornell. Don't you want to take their money?
Guess what? How much money move every day in those markets?
All right, $1 trillion.
Trillion. Why I ain't gonna share it to you? I ain't gonna get the whole trillion. But I'm trying to help you be on the right side. Because I'm sitting there where the financial institutions get in at. Private education. It takes money. You know that.
Yeah.
We done took the hedge fund class. That wasn't free. So even though I trade, you know, we still go educate ourselves. We still go pay money. We still go sit in the private. Here's no, I drop the bread. They talking about the right thing in the private environment. They can be charged $5,000. I'm gonna come up with 5,000 and beat it.
Yeah, you think about even a mentor is charging 20 stacks to come over there, but it's like,
Exactly.
why would you
Guess
not
what?
go?
That 5,000 might turn into a couple $1 million. People
Yeah,
don't think like that.
yeah.
People want to take 5,000 and throw it in Sheba and think they're gonna come up. Well, Sheba should just be a little prop bet for you. Some back end. Oh, I got an extra five laying around the house. I just throw it in for giggles. Not people sitting there depending on if it go up or not. I see people break up because they took money out of their accounts with their significant others in crypto. And it went up real quick, Chris, and guess what? It backslid. But most people don't understand in the crypto world is people take profits. It's no legit thing behind it. People take profits. Meaning,
This is a hard goddamn concept to follow, man. I mean, yeah,
meaning,
that's how you know it's a Ponzi scheme. I mean, did you hear what you just
exactly.
said? Did you only? I guess you gotta explain it. You can explain it. I know what you said. I don't know what
Listen,
people listening to. If y'all listening, y'all understand what he talking about. He really just said people take profits. I don't know what part of this don't you get. If somebody say that people taking profits, I guess you can explain it again, please.
is no background to crypto. That's why it ain't regulated. Elon Musk can go over there and make a statement. Yeah, go in, make y'all put a lot of money in some that ain't worth crap. He got the ability to cash out quicker than you. As soon as he cash out, it kills the value of that supposed to be asset, but it really is not an asset. It's just people putting money up. It's an all cash. Crypto is an all cash business. A lot of those tokens and coins ain't even got no background. So when the price get drove up, guess what? When that price get drove up, somebody gonna take profit, and when they take profit, they kill your price. You the small man. You learn it in private environment. So if you ain't a part of the startup, you don't want to get in it. If you ain't investing in the technology, you don't want to get in it.
You there?
Not lose.
Nah, nah. Uh, but no, definitely. Like you say, that's definitely true, man. I heard what you said. I just had to sit for a second. Um, but yeah, man. So okay, we talked about this. You know, the trading. You know, we talked about this for some time now. What is it that you really want people to take from this conversation, and even engaging with the actual webinar itself on December
Stop
5th?
sitting on the sideline. Stop making excuses. A lot of y'all don't realize what's even going on right now. Inflation is serious. People don't see it because they're getting a lot of free money. People don't see it because they're having a good old time right now. It's finna get real bad. Your dollar is not gonna be worth hardly anything. You see that now with food, gas, clothing, everything is up. So the money you is making and you're not investing, you just outspending, you probably spending 5 times what that dollar would have brought you for inflation here. Now guess what? Ain't no inflation in that trade. Like we can go in there, what's going on outside, we don't care. I traded in the morning, made some money. I can get up in the morning, make some money. And I make more money out bad. Just to be honest with you.
Right. It's a different story nowadays, Cornell.
Gotta
Appreciate you.
lock in. Like people ain't locking in.
Yeah.
Them 50, 60 people out there help, they locked in. We have a different conversation. People ain't even thinking about working their shit. Now they working on their real plan. They see how the system work. Then the type of people should be wanting to move around.
Right.
We ain't worried about inflation.
Right. We ain't worried about none of that. No recession, no inflation,
Nothing.
nothing. Stagflation, whatever, deflation, whatever the number, whatever these the words. You know, if you're truly going to be an asset manager and grow assets, ladies and gentlemen, the opportunities right now, especially if you all are going to be dealing with it, talking about, oh, I'm trading through these apps and things like that. If you're going to do that, you got to still continue getting educated. You know, Cornell, even at your stage in the game, when it comes to education, what do you think about that? Like, when it's like, man, I've been so far in this for so long. How much do I really have to pay for my education? How long do I have to pay for my education?
It's crazy. I'm gonna give y'all a little secret about trade. Christian over there. People charge way more than what I just throw that price out. Like I said, I really be blessing people there to see who gonna take it serious. Some do, most don't. But y'all don't even know the cost behind learning how to trade. Cornell paid way more money than $500 for his depth of knowledge. Was I concerned about it? Nope, because it got me to where I am now, years down the road. I don't never worry about no money. If I didn't do nothing else, I know how to trade. Meaning I can wake up and make money whenever I want to. I don't think people get that. It sounds like you said mythical. This man said he can wake up and make money. Yes, that's what I thought till I was first introduced to it, and boom, they put it in my face and showed it to me. For the last couple of days, I've been putting it in people's face and showing it to them.
But okay, well, let's just say when your mentor introduced you to you know, he called you off the cuff, like just come to my house tomorrow. What
Yeah, he
made
didn't
you
tell me.
what made you say I'm going to go? Like what made you say that? What in your head, what were you thinking? Was you thinking, dang, I ain't making enough money?
I'm gonna listen to somebody that's in a better position than me. I
Bam.
knew the man background.
Right.
I didn't care what he was doing. I'm gonna show up. Sometimes it's a test. You might run across somebody that invite you somewhere and you don't show up. You probably miss a golden opportunity. That's kind of the way they teach. They don't just come out say, "Hey, Christian, I'm gonna help you." They teach. They talk to you in like a code for real. I'm gonna give Christian some information. Go see if he follow up on.
Right.
The next time I see him, I'm gonna ask him about the information before I even reach out to help and see what he say.
Right.
That's what they gonna do. Oh, Christian, oh, you ain't check the information out. You probably won't hear from them people again.
Right.
Somebody making some money, you ain't gonna hear from them no more. Cause Christian just failed the test and then they didn't realize. I give you some free advice you didn't even follow up on.
Right.
So how am I gonna help? That's how they look at it. How am I gonna help?
Right. Yeah, nah, you good, man. Appreciate your time, man. Appreciate you coming on. Everybody's definitely most likely going to be on that webinar. The consistent listeners, new people as well, that may even be their first time listening to this episode and still just need to, you know, they want to expand. So, everybody, the details are actually on the screen for the December 5th
And like I
workshop.
said, this probably gonna be the last one because,
Okay.
like I said, we done helped so many people this year. We really more into the financial freedom side of it now. It ain't just trade. We got big things going on. More time gonna be put toward that. So I'm finna put this in kind of like a module. Of course, you probably be able to buy it at a time, but I'll probably be doing the webinars with the people moving with me.
Right.
Or somebody might sign up, hey, and get involved. But we got a lot going on now. This probably the last one I'm gonna do at this price. Guess what? We got a group of people that's moving together, Chris. So that means we finna get into some bigger investments. We ain't talking six figure, we talking seven figure investments. So I just I'm not like everybody else. Everybody else is looking to get paid off memberships. We don't care about memberships. We're trying to get to the real business. So I don't want 100,000 people because they paying me. I want 100,000 people that we gonna get paid from generation to generation from now on.
Yeah. And
I want
this,
people like that that's in trust.
I think
I
Cordell,
don't
it's
deal
funny.
with
You know, it's
success.
funny. Actually, oh man, I meant to tell you this before we get off, and maybe we can. I'm gonna throw this out here to the audience, so maybe they can type into the chat. Do they want to see a 2 day conference where we do a Sunday, Monday, where I take the first half of the day, you take the second half of the day on Sunday, Monday, so they could see you in the evening, maybe get into some forex. Then on a Monday, they could do the regular stock market, so they wake up early in the morning. Bam, you'll take the first part of the morning, I'll take the second half, and literally that's how it'll go. But they'll get to see you do multiple markets, and they get to see it live right there on some computer or something right there in front of them, so you can tease them. And but you can have that conversation. I was thinking about that, and I was like, we could do that conference before the end of the year. I was gonna push you to do it like December 14th, December 25th. I was gonna do it at some wild date just to, cause I know, but still, going into next year, doing a workshop for 2 days and doing it like that. I think we either do a Friday, Saturday, or we do a uh and I really actually we can't do Saturday, but we would have to do a Sunday, Monday, or we had to do a Thursday, Friday. And we would do it Thursday. And literally, like I said, they will see you sitting there, just kind of talking about your mindset. You walk into people do it through a process, but I don't know if you want to do it. I thought about it. I just threw it out you because I just remembered it right now. But I thought about it. And I was just like, yeah, a lot of people they would really want to come sit in the room. I mean, you know the type of audience that we have and people that have come out and stuff like that. So I know they would love to come out and just literally sit there, not just to sit there and see you do it, but they right there plugged in too as well. And I was like, okay, so we'll be the easiest. So obviously the last place we just did it at would be the easiest place. I don't know if it would fit the numbers that we want. But I think they have other rooms there, so we shouldn't care about the numbers. So I think we shouldn't care about the numbers. Like we could easily do, 50 to 100, just straight up like that's 100%. They gonna come in there, they sit in the room, they gonna do that Sunday to Monday, or they gonna do that Thursday to Friday. So I did want to throw that out there to you. But if you're somebody that's gonna come to the conferences already, or if you're somebody that wants to come to the conference and the dates that the time frames that we're talking about, feel free to type into the chat. Reach out to Christian at trustchristian.com, or reach out to Cornell. His email's up there as well on the screen, cjrllc at icloud.com, or you're reaching out to Christian at trustchristian.com, and yeah, you're just gonna send a request and just say, hey, we want to engage in that because that's a big deal. Cornell and us, we've already done workshops like that. Cornell has done workshops like that for sure. So we've done workshops like that. We're not shy to doing a workshop on a Sunday. We're not shy to doing a workshop on a Monday. We're not shy to doing workshops on, later on in the weekdays as well. So we're not shy to doing those workshops, ladies and gentlemen, because we obviously know it all goes together, but obviously you learn it better when you sit in a room in any environments. Could you talk about that as well, Cornell? Sit in the actual room. I mean, we know yours is a webinar, and we see the picture on the screen where you're standing in the room. How is it different being in the room as opposed to being online? Could you talk about that too, if you can, real quick? He had to go. All right.
No, I want to talk about what
Talk about meeting actually face to face in the conferences as opposed to
most
just doing
people want
online.
to.
Yeah,
I think I'm gonna start doing a little bit more next year
yeah,
because it happens so many people now. They want to meet you like they see it real,
right,
and they be want to bring other people to meet. They're trying to help their environments too.
right. Yeah, we'll start out the year like that. I think we'll go pretty early. I'm gonna go ahead and start rounding up that, and we'll get that going. So appreciate everybody tuning in live, listening to replay. Christian at trustchristian.com, consultations, trustee training, and then you got Cornell, you got CJR LLC at iCloud.com, trading workshop. You can't say we didn't tell you. You can't say we didn't promote one of the legends out here, one of the greats. We had the relationship with him. Definitely a legend, obviously, because it's not about just how much he made. Yeah, he made the 10, but he's also able to help other people do that as well. Has successors. So when we talk about trusteeship and successorship, he's built a stable of traders that can trade for his family if somebody needs to keep his family afloat. That's how powerful this skill is. He's been able to build that, and by building a system in place, is how he's going to keep that to where these families that he's blessed will never forget his family. And that's some real nepotism. But that's what happens when you do the right thing in the first place. So we appreciate you, Cornell. Feel free to reach out to him. Look forward to hearing from y'all. Christian at trustchristian.com as well, Cornell. Look forward to seeing y'all at the workshop on the 5th. Enjoy the rest of y'all day.